I'm just here to look good.
That's right. You do.
Hey everybody, Spider here, the Coming Soon podcast, of course, being joined by the space zombies. Man, how you doing, gentlemen?
Doing
Good.
good, man. Yeah, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. I have posted on this, bro. Like I've actually been waiting the week just to see get you guys on there, man. I mean, of course, you guys popped up on my social media on Facebook. Looked you guys up. I mean, you guys, two things: you guys aren't from space, and you're not zombies, so that's pretty cool, man.
Well, we try.
No. But yeah, but I mean, of course, you guys are in California. Earlier we were talking, I mean, as far as where about everybody's from. But from left to right, man, introduce yourself and the instrument you play.
I'm Jeremy. I play second guitar, and I'm from Huntington Beach, California.
I'm Mark. I'm vocals and saxophone.
I'm Joel. I'm lead guitar. I'm from Tustin, California.
Yeah. Well, you see, and of course, I mean, we're missing a few from the band, correct?
Yeah, there's a couple other guys that couldn't make it.
They're grounded.
Right.
And it's a little late, so they're probably up there in age. They couldn't stay out, man.
Right. Yeah.
But man, I
Not
mean,
allowed.
oh yeah, definitely, bro. And of course, like I mentioned, dude. I mean, you guys were on the social media, man. You guys popped up. I mean, the whole music. I mean, you guys are in the band. I mean, how did this go about?
It's funny. I met these guys, Space Zombies, through a friend of mine. I was doing a lot of music with a friend of mine, this guy Rod, and for the longest time, I was just telling him, like, why don't we do a Misfits cover band, a tribute band? Like in Orange County, you don't see that at all. And there were so many 80s bands and whatnot, and I've always loved the Misfits and thought, let's do that. And one day he comes to me, he's like, dude, I found you a Misfits band. And so I go there to audition, and he's not even a Misfits fan, so he darts off. I just go there by myself. And I'm actually meeting up with Chris, the drummer, and Jason, the bassist. The two that couldn't make it tonight. And we just hit it off. The guitarist back then was just a few months ago anyway. He is a pilot, and he was super busy. Works for like United or something.
Right.
Super busy guy, couldn't continue. And so we found these guys awesome on Band Mix, and we got really lucky, like super cool dudes, awesome musicians, and we just clicked. So it's only been a few months, but we're looking forward to getting some more music going.
No, definitely, bro. And I mean, of course, I mean, when it comes to musical history, I mean, how long had you guys been playing before you guys met?
I've been in bands for quite a
I started playing when I was like 12. I started playing drums when I was 12, and then I went to guitar at 13. And I've been playing guitar and bass ever since.
Nice.
And I've been playing in bands since high school.
Damn.
Yeah, about pretty much the same. Couple of years less, though.
Couple of years, maybe a decade or two left on that side.
Right.
No, you see, man, but that's one of the things, because of course, I mean, there is an age difference. When it comes to music, there is no number, bro. I mean, you listen to it, you like it, you rock with it, and that's it. It's I think people make fun of the whole like all ages shows, because you get like 40-year-olds like moshing in the pit with 18-year-olds and getting stomped, dude. But hey, that's the price you got to pay, right?
Right, gotta pay your dues.
It's kind of unique because I'm almost 50, and if I was say 25 and I saw my dad at one of the shows that I was going to telling me about how much he loved the band back in the day, I probably would have lost it. I'd just be like, what are you doing here? But now I'm that guy looking at 20-year-olds going, this band's so great. I remember when, and they're like, no, you don't.
Man, you see, and that's one of the things too, because for me, like in high school, for myself, I mean, I'm 49, so I'm right there, bro. I'm gonna be 50 like next year. But it's for me growing up, like in high school, man, I used to skateboard, and my dad, like, as much as that, people were embarrassed to like, my parents, like, dude, I used to live out of district, so when my dad came to pick me up, I was happy as hell, bro. I didn't care. I was like, dude, I'll give me a ride, pick me up. because otherwise I'd be taking like 3 buses to get home, man. So,
Right.
but at the show, yeah, I don't know how I would feel, going somewhere and seeing my pops there, man. Love the guy, but he bounded.
Right.
But man, I mean, you guys just been going on for a few months, bro. As far as gigs, man, I mean, I know you guys have some live footage, just some of the shows. I mean, how many shows exactly have you guys played in?
We've only done one so far, but we've got one tomorrow night.
Oh,
And
nice.
we're looking to, book as many as we can,
Sweet, bro.
So, yeah.
We've got a solid hour set that we've been working on since we started, and then we're slowly adding 2 to 3 songs at a time. We're looking to get up to about a 2-hour set, hoping to book as many shows as we can. Halloween's coming up. It's our wheelhouse,
Right.
Hopefully we can get some good response. Thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely.
No, definitely, man. I mean, I'm all for it, man. I mean, for one of the things it's it took me like years to finally, realize it. But last year alone, I was like, you know what, man, if there's opportunities, I'm going to jump on them. I'm not going to wait. I've waited so long, and, I've started getting in film, in indie horror films, and just trying to get out there just to do it, because why not? It's like, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to get an Emmy or anything like that, but I just want to have fun with it, not just show, do the whole podcasting on horror and music and everything else, but I want to be a part of it, man. So it made sense. But the fact that you guys are, doing it now, and, hell yeah, dude, I'm definitely supportive. The name, bro, I got to ask you, who came up with the name and why?
I came up with it, and it was like, I was trying to come up with, or we were, a name that kind of was like a nod to the Misfits. And everything was taken, because there's not a lot of Misfits bands around here, but if you go online, there's quite a few.
They're taken.
So Astro Zombies was one that I kind of wanted to do, but that was taken. So I thought Space, I could just change it to Space Zombies. Right. And there actually was something called Space Zombie, but it was totally different style of music, and they didn't really have a lot of followers. So I was Space Zombies.
Blow them out of the water, right? They're like, the hell with it, man.
Yeah. That'll work. Yeah. So
you see, and that's what's crazy, because like in the 90s, like I used to distribute music. I used to have an underground zine, and I used to interview bands. And I mean, it took a while to get a hold of these bands because everything was via mail. But like there would be like 2 or 3 bands that I would interview with the same name. All of them were either hardcore. The other one was like punk rock. The other one was like psychobilly. And so everybody had different tastes. But I was just like, man, that's crazy, because there were still small bands. But I was like, I guess, other than going literally searching and trying to see if the name was taken, I don't know how they would have done it back then. I mean, I'm sure there was a system somewhere. But now it's like, yeah, you can type stuff in on Facebook, on Instagram, on, something pops up and you're like, go on to something else, man. But I dig the name, bro. I mean, the name itself, I mean, just like the Misfits, gives me the whole horror, sci-fi, Dracula type feel, man. So I figured, that's what you guys were going for, right?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Man. And I mean, of course, you said, you guys are going to be a nod. I mean, give a nod to the Misfits, man, playing covers. But I mean, are you guys working on original stuff too?
We have some in the works. Being such a young band, we haven't really,
right.
We're still in the works. But yeah, that's the plan.
Cool, man. Now on the Facebook, of course, it says, I mean, the Misfits, of course, but it says surf, as far as horror. But what other? I'm interested to know, like, once again, from left to right, what's your musical influence when it comes to music? Playing your instrument.
Me, I like everything. I mean, from metal, punk, even outlaw country. Nice. I have quite a range of what I like.
I grew up listening to my dad was a DJ when I was growing up, so I listened to a lot of top 40, a lot of 70s. My record collection spans from the 40s all the way up, to today. But my influences were pretty much for punk rock, and what we're doing now is I grew up starting with punk rock in the Nardcore, Oxnard punk rock scene. Bands like Dr. No, Ill Repute,
nice.
RKL, stuff like that, and kind of graduated up from there, Murphy's Law, and got into the cool 80s bands. You know, Misfits were one of my favorites in junior high school. Used to sing "Die Die Die My Darling" to myself every day. I love that song. And then, you know, in the 90s, you know, bands that really hit me hard were like Guttermouth and Bad Religion, Pennywise, that kind of stuff. So, but I play everything from blues, 60s rocks. You know, one of my favorite punk bands is the Kinks. I always considered them one of the best punk bands out there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, anything 60s classic rock, psychedelic, a lot of 70s hard rock. My big one would be 80s hair and thrash metal. So you can see Metallica.
Oh, yeah, man. I see that shirt.
Yeah, so definitely we've got a lot of similarities, but pretty big range. So we bring pretty different things to the table. Like Jeremy, you're playing a vintage 60s amp. I'm playing all digital.
yeah,
Right.
I'm playing through my dad's amp.
There you go, man.
Cool.
You know,
At least
same
you're not playing through at least you're not using an iPhone. I mean, that'd be up to high tech, right? That'd be up there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It exists.
No, for sure, man. But of course, I mean, merchandise. You guys already have shirts out there, man. I mean, of course, I mean, you guys are still new when it comes to the scene, I mean, to the band. But what other merchandise are you guys looking to start pushing?
We've got some pins.
Nice.
They're like what do you call it? Enamel pins.
Oh,
You got guitar picks.
the old school.
Guitar pins, and those are on our website.
Nice.
Guitar picks we're going to put on there.
Patches.
So we have some
Everything,
ideas.
yeah.
He got some Vans.
I got custom made Vans with our logo on it.
Nice.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm debuting him tomorrow at our show.
Nice. Heck yeah, dude. Well, I mean, why not? You know, I mean, it's y'all's logo, dude, or y'all's band, so why not rock it, man? I mean, I know back in the day, I mean, you mentioned the Misfits, dude. This was like in 87. I used to skateboard since like the early 80s, but 87 was when I started like listening to Dead Kennedys, Misfits, you know, just, I mean, bands from California. I mean, a lot of bands from California, man. I mean, here in Texas, FIFH, you name it, you know. But one thing I used to do with my Converse, I used to take out the logo and I used to put paint the Misfit skull on there, and like and I drew it with the liquid ink, you know, back in the day, man. And that shit was there, bro. Like people were always like, "Oh, damn, where'd you get those?" You know, and I was like, "Oh, I got them off somebody," you know. But it's just like, you know, nobody had that, and it was just unique. And yeah, I ran with it, man. They were pretty smooth.
That's cool. That's rad.
But man, I mean, of course, when it comes to venues, I mean, you have a gig tomorrow. Is it in all ages, or how's the band club set up?
It is a bar. It's a bar and grill. So there is a restaurant. I have seen kids in there before, like early on, like during dinner time, but it's in El Toro, or Lake Forest on El Toro, and it's actually the owner is that guy that's on one of those Storage Wars.
Oh, damn.
What's his name? Jared. Do you know Jared from Storage Wars? You ever seen
Yeah. Dude,
so he's the owner. Super cool dude. And yeah, we're stoked to be able to, you know,
Rush Bar.
Yeah, Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest on El Toro. And we go on at 6:30, and we're just opening up for a band that I used to play with.
Okay. What's your style?
They're just like a cover band. They play everything, you know,
okay.
like from Beatles to Metallica. Like it's just, you know.
Oh, so he's going to be sticking around then, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure y'all are. You know what? Why not, man? You got to support each other, definitely. But
yeah.
But yeah, man. But one of the things, of course, man, when it comes to music, I mean, you know, back in the day, I mean, you know, we used to release like 45s and, you know, albums, and you said you still have your record collection, right?
Yeah.
You see, and is this something that you guys are pushing towards? I mean, like getting stuff on vinyl. I mean, are you guys gonna like eventually keep it old school, or?
That would be rad.
Why not?
If we write good enough originals, yeah, we will.
Right.
Definitely.
Oh no, definitely, yeah. You know, once they start popping up, man, make a 45, do a split 45 with another band. You know, it's just, you know, make things happen, man. But I mean, you know, for me personally, man, I mean, I would definitely shoot for the sky, just because, like I said, you know, there's no take advantage of all the opportunities. I mean, if it's there, then heck yeah, dude. Because even with just the band name alone. I mean, when I keep seeing it, and earlier I looked at the page and I was like, damn, dude, like it'd be cool to once you guys start throwing out original music, man, start going towards this indie films, the horror films, man. They always need music, so that'd be pretty sweet, man.
That would be sweet. Yeah, I'd love that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
And then, and of course, I mean, goals, man. I mean, you guys are still new, but I mean, playing, like, say if you got an opportunity to open up, I mean, of course, Danzig's and doing the whole Misfits reunion thing, but I mean, would that be pretty fucking dope, dude? Like, for you guys to open up for them right now?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
I'd squeal like a little girl.
Right.
Be so happy.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
We'd love to open up for anybody that'll have us, but yeah, we're just looking to get out there and just start playing. We're not really picky about who we play with or what we play with, because we're doing our own thing. We're going to be in full makeup tomorrow night. We're going to be it'll be our first real show with all of us. Like, our first show was kind of the warm up, and now we've warmed up and we're ready to go and we're ready to start killing it. So it's going to be a great show tomorrow, and we're going to be in full makeup, full costume. We're going to start bringing our stage presence more, bring out more of the horror in it, do a lot more stuff that we haven't done yet. So it's going to be really exciting, and anybody that's willing to have us open up for them, we're going to be there.
No, bro. And I mean, mentioning that, I mean, are you guys going to go live on Facebook? Are you guys going to stream it?
We haven't done that. We haven't talked about that one yet.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I can't make it, but I mean, if you guys go live, man, I'll share it and of course watch it, man. That'd be pretty freaking sick. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
At the very least, we're gonna post up some video of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, because I mean, normally, I mean, you can go live off, someone's phone, at least like every other song or something like that, or you know what I mean, like just to keep it, break it up and not run the whole stream of, the whole show, but yeah, man, if you guys can definitely go live on the page, man. I mean, let me know and I'll share it on there once it's on, dude. That'd be cool, man.
Thank you.
That would be cool. That's great. Yeah.
And then
your manager.
I know, hey, like back when when I started my zine, like I was this kid. I was like 21. I mean, I wasn't a kid. I was already out of high school. But I was like, you know what? I want to start a zine. I used to go to all the clubs and songs, and so I went and I just started I started messaging bands, and like 3 of them messaged me back. It was a ska band, a punk rock band, and a hardcore band. And I was like, oh shit, well, I guess I'll go ahead and do it, So I used to type everything up because I used to have a typewriter, and go to Kinko's, and I used to copy, shrink it up, cut it up with scissors, put glue, and I would make a little scrap, and I would go and tell the guy, like, dude, run it both sides, man. And luckily, one of the guys that worked there was like, hey, man, like the minimum's like 1,000, and I was like, damn, bro, like I only want 100, like 300, I don't want to. And so he was cool enough to like, hey, you know what, come back like in an hour, my boss goes to lunch and I'll run it for you. So we kind of kept that friendship, to where every time I go, I'd be like, hey, can you do these? And he's like, yeah, bro, bring them, run them real quick. But because of that zine, I sent them out to like all these record labels. I was just like, man, you know what? Let me see what happens. I shipped them out. 2 record labels got back to me like, oh man, hey, where, how's the scene in San Antonio? And and I'm like, dude, it's great. It's hot. It was popping, dude. It was like 5 different record stores, like clubs were, everywhere bands were coming through. And one of them was actually in New Mexico. And that guy calls me. He's like, hey, man, if I send you stuff, can you get rid of it? And I was like, yeah, dude, like I can sell it. So he sent me like a big old box, bro, like with a invoice. I didn't even have to pay. He sent me an invoice, a big old box, all these albums, 45 shirts, pins. Dude, I go and I sold the first like pack. I sold it to my friends, dude. Like literally, I went to a show one weekend, out of trunk, boom, boom, boom. I sent that guy back his check. Like he calls me, as soon as he got that check, he called, hey man, you got rid of it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, can I send you more stuff? And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, dude. So he sent it to me, and I started going into this record store selling, the albums for like $4 a piece wholesale. And I was selling them to the record stores for $8, and then they were selling them for like 15 or 20, So I was like, dude, I had a nice little business, but because of that guy, I got Bronco Bullfrog in Germany. I had Helen Lavoie in England. I had another label in New York called Headache Records. I mean, it was just like crazy, man. So I started getting all this music, and that's how I got my music collection, bro. I started, I mean, buying, of course, but man, every time they send me like four copies of each, I will keep one. I'll put it in my stash, and I'm like, just all the rest, you know, and but yeah, you know, when it comes to managing, dude, I always wanted to do that, man. And I've managed fighters actually here locally. Worked with fighters. I mean, I manage a lot of social media pages, bro. Like I'm busy, bro. Especially on top of the podcast, I'm always up to something, man. I'm like I told people, I'm like a shark in water. You know, I got to keep moving because if not, I'll drown, bro. So that's my whole mentality. But yeah, man, I'll be y'all's manager, bro. We'll send the contract over, and I'll get you guys booked for the.
Find the contract at Rudy's.
There you go, man. I'll put it on the napkin. You know, it'll be legit. But but yeah, man. But I mean, dude, I mean, the fact that you guys are doing this, and of course, I mean, when you guys first got together, was it kind of like, you know what? I mean, let's see what happened. Let's try it, or were you guys kind of like, okay, you know what? Let's make this happen. How was the mentality going into this?
Let me take. I was kind of nervous when I got hired on the band because Joel and I actually got hired on the same day, and for the first couple of weeks I felt like the audition was still going because I'm pretty much unnecessary in this band. Joel can take the whole thing, man. He's so good, but I'm pretty unnecessary. There's only 4 Misfits in a band, and I'm like the 5th guy. So. You know, it's when we got going, I was really excited because I'd been, you know, just started playing in bands again after taking about a 10-year hiatus of playing guitar, and I was playing some stuff that was kind of not really what I wanted to play, and then I met these guys and they gave me a couple of songs to learn, and I was just so excited about it, and then yeah, we just really. Shit, what was the question?
No. As far as how committed were you guys to the band, like when you first started? I mean, as far as
I was 100% committed. Once I got in there and I realized Joel and I were both here to stay, and they weren't like gonna kick me out or anything like that. I was 100% committed, man. I've pretty much, this is like 30% of my life is this band, work, and then like. My personal life is the other bit, and then 10% goes to God.
And we all played so well, you know, like just as, you know, friends right off the bat, which I think is so important. You know what I mean? You know, I've been in projects where like just that camaraderie wasn't there, and it's just not the same, you know.
And you haven't met Chris or Jason yet, but those dudes. They really are extremely awesome guys, man. I love hanging out with them. I look forward to practice every time we practice, every time we hang out. It's just these guys are really great guys, you know.
No, for sure, man.
Practice.
Yeah,
right.
It's fun to play with people who really take it seriously in practice.
And we all have the same level of commitment too, which is cool, you know.
I mean, we had 20
we're all
songs.
Excited about this project.
We had 20 songs done in like the first month.
Oh yeah,
damn,
easy.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I mean, I play every day, our set list every single day, at least once a day. We all just we're just 100% into this, making it as good and as perfect as possible. We want to be, you know, while we're doing the Misfits tribute stuff, we want to be the best Misfits tribute band we can be.
No, definitely.
The surf punk stuff is amazing. You know, we do some Agent Orange, we do some Pixies, the covers of the Cecilia Ann and the Pipeline and Miserlou, and then Rev and Horton He. We're adding Nitro by Dick Dale.
Yeah,
and we're just keeping it going with that horror punk, surf punk vibe.
That's cool, man. What about any Rancid, man? Y'all play any Rancid?
It's come up, but we just weren't sure if it fit our vibe. But you know, we can always, you know, mesh things our way. I mean, so we're open.
Op Ivy, maybe.
Op Ivy, yeah, got some horns in there. So
we got the sax player here.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the reason I brought up the band, because of course you play sax, bro. So I mean, where does the sax come in? I mean, what do you use it for? What songs?
So far, it's just been the surf songs. So I do some sax on Miserlou and also Pipeline. Currently it's just those two, but we do a medley with Pipeline and London Dungeon. So we
Okay.
call it, what do we call it? Or was it Pipeline or was it Miserly?
It's Pipeline. In
Pipeline. It goes
London
Pipeline in the
Dungeon.
London Dungeon.
Somebody came up with Pipe Dungeon.
Since they both start and ended with an
kind of
E.
name for it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
We just kind of meld them together. It works perfectly.
Yeah.
No, well, and of course, man, being a cover band, I mean, do you still? I mean, because I heard, I watched some of the videos, and of course, I mean, it was y'all's first show when it comes to being in front of people, but do y'all still tend to kind of throw your own twist on it? I mean, of course, I know you said, you know, there's different genres, different music, but I mean, while you're singing, are you kind of throwing your own twist? You know, while you're playing guitar and bass, I mean, is it kind of like, okay, you know what? Here's my little, I guess your style. You know, I mean, are you guys still keeping your own style, like when it comes to playing?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think that's how you develop your own sound.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of try to give it a little bit more of an Elvis-ish vibe. I really like him.
I was gonna say, bro, you got the whole Elvis thing going, man. Because I heard it for sure, man.
Yeah. Danzig was a big fan of Elvis, and you can hear it in his work as well as Michael Graves as well. So that and Morrison, a lot of Morrison influence on Danzig's part. So yeah, try to throw that flavor in for sure.
No, you see, and for me, man, it was 1987. I was a freshman in high school, and me and a couple of other skater guys, they were like, "Hey, we're going to this club. You know, it was called the Bone Club, and we went out there, and I mean, I was a little skinny dude, man, with a skateboard. You know, we had to hide our skateboard down the street because they were like, "Hey, y'all can't come in there with us." So we're like, "Man, let's go." We throw them on top of this garage thing that was like on the alley. We're like, "We'll come back and get them after the club." Well, we're there, we're playing. I'm scared shitless, dude, because there were like fucking Nazi skinheads, like 10 feet tall, right? They were like huge fuckers. And so we're there kind of like, damn, dude, like people are getting in fights. And, you know, I was 15, man. So I was, you know, but come to find out, man, the band that was playing that night was actually Sam Hain.
Nice.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I had no idea, bro. Like my buddy showed me the flyer like a year later, you know, we're talking and he was like, oh yeah, you know, and he's like, dude, well, we went to go see him, man, at the Bone Club. And I'm like, what, bro? Like, and I still have the flyer somewhere, man. I know I kept it because I was like, dude, I'm a sucker for flyers, bro. I kept a bunch of them. So, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I was just like, damn, dude. Like the whole time I was like fearing for my life, so I didn't really pay attention to the band, you know. But I remember them being on stage and them freaking going at it, bro. So I'm kind of glad I remember that. But it was a pretty scary yet good night, though, man.
Right.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my God.
But of course, I mean, first band, bro. I mean, I brought that up. What's the first band that you guys ever saw live?
Mine would be Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Damn.
My dad took me to the San Bernardino County Fair to see Paul Revere and the Raiders when I was probably around 6 or 7.
Wow, dude. Okay.
I'm not really sure. Do you?
I think Red Hot Chili Peppers probably.
Oh, really?
Much cooler.
Man,
I saw really play like a long time ago in high school. I think that was probably at the time the biggest band that I had seen. Yeah. But like Pearl Jam probably after that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, and of course I should have corrected that question. I mean, I know there's shows like smaller venues and there's concerts. You know, right. For me, I mean, like I was never big on concerts, man. I don't know. It's weird because I don't like being out in public, but yet, you know, here I am, right, doing this whole video thing. But yeah, you know, for me, it was always the smaller shows. You know, I've seen like Rancid. You know, we brought him up earlier. You know, Green Day back in the day, paid like $5 to go watch those guys. You know, just I mean, you name it, man. I mean, sick of it all. You know, freaking punk rock like The Exploited, been here like twice, like in the '80s, and yeah. A lot of cool bands, man. So a lot of them still kicking. You know, I know Waddy, they canceled their concert the other day. You know, he had like complications or something. Hopefully he's doing better, but yeah, dude, these guys, you know, they're still out there, man. They're still, you know, so I guess as long as their heart's, you know, still moving, you know, still pumping, dude, they're going to be at it.
Mm-hmm. I just suggested an Exploited song to cover to these guys the other day, actually.
Which one, bro? Which one?
Wankers.
Oh, sure. Okay. I can see that. Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if you guys were to cover that, are you thinking like cover it exactly the way it goes, or are you guys going to like?
We'll do it our style.
Yeah.
We'll do it our style, but we'll keep, you know, we're not going to change much, but we'll just do it our style.
Man, I'll say this: the Exploited played. Second time I saw him play, it was 1989, and it was at the club called the Cameo. And they're playing, Waddy's up on stage, and he's like, "All right, what song y'all want to hear next?" And I kept yelling "Safe Below" because I love that song, bro. I don't know what it is, but and I'm like, "Play Safe Below," and he looks down and he's like, "Safe Below sucks," and he's all, "Let's go to another song, bro." And I was just like, "What the world?" Like my friends are looking at me like, "Dude, what did you do?" And I was like, "Bro, like." I mean, but I love that song, man. That's why I was like, damn. I was hoping to catch them when they came. They came through. I think like 2 years ago, man. But I didn't. I didn't get to. But I'll remind him if I see him. I'll be like, hey, man. And I was actually supposed to interview him, man, before they went on tour actually the beginning of this year. So I'll probably get him on here still, man. I'm just like I said, he was having complications with his health, so hopefully everything's better. But looking forward to it. He's one of my definitely go-tos, man. The Misfits, Exploited. I mean, of course, the bigger bands. Bad Brains is always a big one for me, man. Dr. No, of course, you brought him up earlier. I mean, you name it, brother. I think on the Zine, I was able to interview Sick of It All. I had gotten Cro-Mags, ska bands that were on there. I know I've got some Oi bands. It was crazy, man. I was able to grab quite a few bands, bro. And it was just, like I said, via snail mail. So it was like 3 to 5 weeks. And, when I would get like 3 or 4 bands in, man, I'd run an issue, print it, throw it out there, man.
That's great, man.
That's cool.
And let me ask you, of course, are you guys going to have merchandise tomorrow?
Probably have the pins and
Stickers, and we got some shirts left. Yeah.
So just so a few shirts, plenty of pins. Just ordered them.
And of course, all these are available on the website, correct?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay. And as far as the shirts, man, I mean, is it did you guys just do like a small batch, or are you guys just out from shirts?
We did a small batch, and we're looking to order more. We just haven't, I ordered the pins, and that's the goal next is some more shirts.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. I'm definitely gonna get one. I mean, once they're up and running, man, I'll definitely be keeping tapped with you guys, and I'll rock one out here in San Antonio, man. You'll see it out there, bro.
Sweet. Yeah, nice.
But of course, when it comes to social media, I mean, of course, things have changed when it comes to advertisement. Back when, zines on paper format were always big. If you were lucky enough to get on video, then that'd be great. Of course, probably like some kind of stream underground or whatever. But I mean, now that social media is out here, man, are you guys pushing all the social media outlets? I mean, are you guys like on TikTok? Are you guys on Twitter, on Instagram? I mean, Instagram, of course, but I mean, what are the outlets are you guys using?
I think right now we're just at Facebook and Instagram and YouTube.
I don't believe in the interwebs. I don't know how that technology works. They tell me we're doing stuff, and I just say, "Hey, that's great."
You're like, "All right, cool, man."
Yeah.
No, we're on the tweet page.
Just those 3 right now. I don't know.
No. You see, those are good too, man. Because I know a while back somebody brought up Instagram, and they're like, "You know what, man? It's the same thing as, if anything, better than Twitter because it still runs the same." But Instagram's definitely a good one to have because you can do short reels. I don't know on your YouTube. Do you guys do short reels on them? Have you been doing those?
No, we've just been posting up videos and sharing them on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, and just so you know, man, on YouTube, if you do short reels, those actually get advertised by YouTube. So those freaking go everywhere, bro. Like you can get a video that gets like 1 million hits if it's crazy.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you have a video, just chop it up and throw it on the short reel, man, and you'll see it, dude. Because I've got videos out there that go like crazy wild. I'm like, oh damn, dude, it's just I don't know. It's the way it works. Facebook is kind of slow because when you have a page, you kind of Zuckerberg like makes you buy advertisement and all that stuff, and it's like it gets too expensive, bro. But yeah, man. What I would suggest though, and one of the things that gets a lot of hits and gets a lot more views is if you were to do a group page for the band.
A group page on Facebook?
Right, because those, unlike the page, I had one in the beginning and I let it go, man. But I kept the Facebook page. But on those, if you post something, like a lot more people get to see it. Or if you say once you get like 100 people on there, and if you were to put something and you put the @ sign and you put everyone, it literally tags everybody on that group, so everybody sees it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a little something because it does help a lot. I mean, actually, I know a lot of group pages that freaking blow up, dude. I mean, just because it's whether it's horror or movie or whatever, and it's just they get a lot more hits in the page, man. The page is good, but it's not like I said. It like Facebook hides the feeds at the bottom for some reason. Oh, I'm pretty sure so that you can buy advertisement, and of course, they make money, but it's just a lot of the stuff gets hidden, and not a lot of people will see it, man, unfortunately. But the group pages, they go crazy, bro. So definitely consider one of those too.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for the tip, man. Yeah.
And another thing, bro, because on the page, I know I'm looking at it right now, and the name of the band is it? Do you guys have the word D in front of it, or is it just Space Zombies?
It's the Space Zombies, but it's like, with or without, we're kind of relaxed on that.
Oh, okay. And I was just curious because I think I had punched it in the one and it didn't pop up, and when I put D, it popped up, and I was like, okay, I don't know if you guys
okay.
know that, and it's just another little tidbit because it does help, bro. Because a lot of times people won't see it, or I know on the one of the photos it just says Space Zombies, and I was like, man, I wonder if they kept that, but. Just a little FYI too, man, because people like myself, they'll look up space zombies and they won't get anything, bro. But
all right, that's good to know too. Yeah, little tips.
No problem, man. I'm all about that. That's what I'm saying, manager, bro. It's part of my job, man. I gotta help you guys. But man, of course, I mean, this is gonna be your first legit band show coming up. I mean, tomorrow. Hopefully you guys go live, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I enjoyed it. I'm not just saying that because I have you guys on here, but the fact that you guys had fun up there made it fun for me, and I'm sure people are going to be the same, when it comes to the crowd. It's like you said, you get in the zone and just vibe with it and enjoy it, and people enjoy it with you, man. So definitely.
Absolutely.
And as far as song tomorrow, man, do you guys have a specific song that you guys open up with and end the show with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to open up. Should we give it away?
Yeah.
We'll open up with Hybrid Moments.
Nice. Okay.
And we're going to close out with Last Caress.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. You see, and then, yeah, because that song, I guess it gets covered a lot. I know there's this video that I keep seeing, this one girl on the ukulele. And dude, she kills it, bro. Like, I mean, I heard it and I was just like, damn, man. I mean, her vocals.
Last Caress?
Is that Last Caress?
On a ukulele.
Wow. A ukulele, man. And it's subtle, but it's just like the sound sounds so much, but it's a melodic, it kind of sounds like the whole, like horror kind of, it sounds deep, dude, but it's a good cover. But yeah, man, but that's definitely a good, good song to end it with, of course, end of the day. But I mean, of course, are you guys planning on staying busy the rest of the year, man?
Yeah.
We're hitting the road and trying to find gigs, knocking down doors,
nice, bro.
Doing everything we can do to try to get out there and just give people what we got, And
of course, have you guys seen that video where the one, I think it's like a hardcore band, but they're in Denny's, bro, and they started pitting shit and they're out here jamming?
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, bro, it's like somebody, I don't know how they pulled it off.
I did see that.
Yeah, but it's inside a Denny's restaurant, dude. They're going crazy with that shit. People slam dancing. It's just freaking nuts. But I don't know if you guys will go that far, but just a thought, man.
Maybe a Starbucks.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, why not, right? Maybe they'll sponsor you guys.
Right over the Tori Amos or the Enya or whatever they play in there.
I know, bro. Yeah, I mean, you can use the word venti on one of the songs. Just mix it up and freaking. That'd be pretty dope, man. Man, as far as songs, man, I mean, when are you guys already writing, or is that not in the picture yet?
No, we've got a few written. We're just, lately kind of focusing on just getting our set tight for the shows, but that's something that we're definitely looking to pursue.
Nice.
We've got 2 originals that are done that just need to be fine-tuned.
Right.
Words are done, music's done. We just need, as a band, we need to just sit down and play with them, and because they were written before Joel and I were in the band, so Joel and I need to kind of get our own flair on them. But they're really good songs.
Yeah, Joel's writing some,
and I'm writing some on the side.
Some too,
nice.
Just we've got them in the works, but we're just trying to get this set out so we can maybe try to book steady gigs, and once we get that steady set going of the cover stuff, we'll start sneaking in our originals without. Hopefully, people won't notice.
No, yeah, and that's kind of like the whole thing, because of course I'm sure if you guys were to, or when you guys start doing originals, you guys will still start throwing. You'll still be throwing a couple of Misfit songs in the mix, right, or other songs.
Oh, for
always.
Nice, man. You see, man, I'm from that era, like I was saying. I mean, when it comes to vinyl, for me, I mean, I still have a lot of my stash, dude. I mean, I kept my record player. I got my VCR over there somewhere. But I stayed with that technology just because for me it's nostalgic. It's like a time machine. I just kind of go back in time, and you throw that album, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys already know. You hear that little click, like, every time it spins, you hear that little static, and it does something for me, man. It actually rejuvenates me. So I love that stuff, man.
I've got in my collection, I've got almost 1,000 records.
Nice.
Most of them were my dad's from when he was a DJ and spinning records. But I try to listen to all of my records all the way through every year.
Damn, dude. You see it? I'll give you props for that, because I normally
all the way from 1940s big band all the way up until today.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I would love for you guys to do a cover of one of those 1940 bands, bro.
Yeah, I think we could.
With a twist, twist it, give it a twist and be like
a Misfits twist on, Dope Murder Under the Old Oak Tree with anybody else but me.
How old is Last Kiss? We do Last Kiss.
We do Last Kiss.
Or 60.
Yeah, that was mid-60s.
Okay.
Frank and the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. No, for sure, man. And of course, man, I mean, because of course my whole podcast, dude, I mean, everything's revolves around horror. I mean, I do a lot of horror conventions. I interview a lot of these actors. Some of them because they have that strike going on, so a lot of them don't want to talk, unfortunately. But when it comes to horror movies, man, I mean, are you guys fans of horror?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
And what's everybody's go-to, man? What's a movie that like you see more than 100 times a year, bro?
Shaun of the Dead.
Nice.
Yep.
Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah,
nice.
The Creep Show. Love Creep Show. Twilight Zone, either the movie or the show. Love those. I like older horror, Psycho.
Yeah.
Anything Hitchcock, I'm into. I like older stuff. I'm not really a big fan of the. I think after Nightmare on Elm Street, I kind of wussed out.
Right.
That one traumatized me so bad as a little kid that I can only watch scary movies during the day. Now I can't watch it. I'm such a baby.
Yeah.
These guys love them.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are mine.
Yeah. Heck yeah, bro. I know they're having a what is it called? Freddy's Nightmare convention here like next month, and a lot of the actors from the other like 1 through 5 are going to be here. I'm hoping, they got one more guest, so we'll see who the last one is, man. But I'm hoping it's a killer, man, because I'm definitely looking to be out there.
Think it'll be Johnny Depp?
I'm sorry.
Think it'll be Johnny Depp?
Oh, child. No. If he does,
people know that he was in the first one.
He was in the first one.
Yeah, he was the first. I think he was like the first victim in that film or something, right? He got killed off, and
he got killed on the bed with his gut. I got blendered up to the head. I really remember that.
Yeah, bro. You see, and that's one of the things I always tell people, man. A lot of these actors, I mean, they started off at the bottom, and a lot of them are low budgets, short budget films, indie films, horror films, and he was one of them. But the guy's out there, going through court and going through divorces on live TV,
right.
Drama, but yeah, man. But if he were to show up, that'd be pretty cool, man. Shit, dude, I wouldn't, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, but you see, mine, dude, of course, Return of the Living Dead, bro. That's my go-to, man. I have to wear the shirt. Yeah. But that one, the reason for me, and I always tell people is, because of the music they used back then. I mean, I grew up in the 70s. I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s. For me, horror movies, they've always been about punk rock music, because the music back then they played was new wave, it was alternative, it was punk rock. And so I always tell people I was a fan of punk rock music before I even knew what it was, because I just loved it, the soundtracks. And when I got to high school and I started listening to it, I was like, oh, damn, I've been listening to the songs for years. It's just, it's the way it happened. But yeah, man, that's why I always mix both, dude. I mean, when it comes to music and horror, man, it's got to be, for me, it's got to be 80s, man. I mean, of course, growing up, I mean, we didn't have cable growing up in the beginning, man. So of course, reruns from Alfred Hitchcock, Black and White, Twilight Zone, grew up and all that stuff. You know, it wasn't until like Elvira came out, and you know, I realized I was in love with goth girls, you know, but that's a different story. We'll save that for another one. But yeah, but
everybody in the goth girls, everybody.
Yeah, bro, she ruined it for everybody, man. I mean, not that it was ruined, but you know, made it hard not to look, man. But yeah, but I mean, when it comes to music, man, and to finish this off, bro, let me ask you guys this. Once again, from left to right, man. When it comes to a horror movie, would you rather be the victim or the villain?
Villain.
Nice.
Villain, yeah.
Yeah,
dude. There you go, man. And then that way, you know, if there's a sequel, you're gonna be in it, right? You come back. But
well, you know, if you're the villain, you're usually taking a bunch of people out before you go.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, bro. I agree, man. Hopefully, there's a trilogy. You know, they get part 2 and part 3. But gentlemen, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for jumping on this. Of course, you know, me based out of Orance County, California, my man. Tomorrow, I hope you guys go live. I'm going to be watching it. If you guys do, then I'll definitely share it and post it on a few other outlets, man, because I've got a few out there that have a few numbers. So hopefully we'll get you guys some hits, bro.
That'd be
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Not a problem, man. I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll be in touch. And of course, you know, once the shirts come up, man, I'll order one. I'll rock it out here. I'll get you in. Definitely. But thank you guys. Don't hang up yet. Everybody out there, of course, once again, this is Spider, the Coming Soon podcast. Till next time, follow up.